guys, I am Angelina and I am from ARTery team. And I'm going to tell you how we will help artists increase their sales and manage their profiles. First of all, meet Katya. She is a young fashion designer from Sofia, Bulgaria. What she does for a living is that she makes and sells clothes on Etsy, one of the biggest art platforms online. Now, this is one of her dresses. We talked to Katya and she told us that it takes at least a day to design the model and 5 hours to sew it. And this is only after she's sure on how exactly to sew it. Then, in order to sell this dress, she needs to create a profile. She needs to take pictures and write a long description about the dress. Then she needs to upload this. And it takes on average 5 minutes to upload an item. This may seem like a pretty small number, but Katya has 60 items. So it will take her 3 hours to upload all of her items on one platform. Now let's say that Katya wants to go on another platform in order to get reach to more customers. She will have to repeat this long process all over again and spend additional 3 hours for re-uploading photos. Now, still this may seem manageable, but now she has to keep track of her inventory on 2 sites. Also, she has to update all of her information not only on Etsy, but on the other platform she is now on. And finally, she has to answer a double amount of customer inquiries. And finally, if she can find some time to actually make another dress, that will be awesome. So, and now I just want to tell you that there are 300 platforms out there that she can go to. So what is the problem we're targeting? The problem is that artists waste too much creative time and energy to manage their profiles. And here we are, ARTery, coming to the rescue. Our value proposition is that we will create a common app for artists that will help them multiply and manage their online shops across online art platforms. What will this mean for Katya? First of all, she will increase her exposure and thus have more sales. Second, we will eliminate the boring process of copying and pasting from one platform to the other by importing all of her profile and data from already existing profile, from all her already existing platform to the other platforms. Then, we will provide her with the best combination of online sites that she can go to, and most importantly, we will help her with managing and monitoring her inventory across the different platforms.
In terms of marketing research, we use the primary research methods of online questionnaires and online interviews. For our online interviews, we approached 50 people. Out of them, 20 have already replied. And based on their response, we identified 2 major problems that they're facing. First of all, for them, creating a new profile is indeed time-consuming. And second of all, our customers would prefer to have online profiles on the different art platforms, but this whole process is too difficult to be managed, and again, it's time-consuming. Apart from our online questionnaires, they have already been posted, but since we have not received that many responses, they're not part of our research yet. For our market size, our total available market is 1 million active online shops on Etsy. Out of them, our available market ranges between 100 and 200,000 profiles that generate more than $2,000 per month. And out of this, we came to our obtainable market, which is 10,000 profiles that are focused on the clothing industry. Why did we focus on the clothing industry? Because the prices per item are comparatively high, and because people more frequently buy clothes rather than other pieces of art such as pictures or sculptures, etc. Based on this, our target market is first of all people that have online shops on Etsy that have generated more than $2,000 per month and that have at least 20 clothing items on their online shop. Based on this, we identified 3 major competitors that we have to face. They are Shopsy, Salebrite, and Brightpearl. What differentiates us from them is that they have set comparatively high prices and ours are relatively low. Also, they do not have a focus on a specific industry, while we have focused exactly and only on art industry. And last but not least, their platforms are not very user-friendly, and this gives us a chance to make our platform much more user-friendly.
So, the business strategy. Now, we estimated that it will take us about 3 months to develop our online tool, and we're going to hire 3 developers to do that. They will be responsible for creating and maintaining the software afterwards. This puts us at roughly $30,000 of initial investment that will cover all our expenses and utilities. Now, we're fully aware that it's impossible to incorporate all 300 art platforms in our solution. So at launch, we'll only offer integration for 3 of them. Etsy will be one of them. We plan to increase this number to 10 by the end of year 1 and to 60 by the end of year 3. Now, we are going to focus only on the clothing industry, but as soon as we gather a sustainable user base, we're going to expand to other forms of art, such as jewelry, paintings, sculptures, and others. We believe that this will happen around the end of year 1, when we generate 1,050 users. We're also going to approach those our users directly. We're going to rely in the beginning heavily on Etsy's active community, as well as on social media. Now, to reach those users, we estimated that we need to acquire approximately 3 to 5 users daily, which is a manageable number based on our research on our competition. How are we going to make money? Well, we're going to offer a subscription model for our users, which will feature the basic package, $15 per month, and the premium package, $30 per month. Now, the difference is that for $15, our users can list up to 40 items on our platform, on our tool. And for the premium users, the number of listings will be unlimited. Now, we did some math, and we calculated that we're going to break even by the end of the 3rd quarter, and that we'll have positive cash flow by the middle of year 3.
And now, why are we the team that can do this, and why did we choose this idea? First of all, in the beginning, we were all gathered by our passion for arts. Then, we all have our individual expertise. For example, Nasko, where are you, Nasko? Nasko has an extensive background in finance. Betty and Theo have extensive background in marketing and PR, and Theo also has a lot of connections with software developers back in Bulgaria, to which we will outsource our development. Also, we have me and Branko, who have been in the art world in Bulgaria for a long time, so we can have some connections with our first customers. And finally, our main asset is Plamen over there, who is, by the way, the boyfriend of Katya from the beginning, and who manages her profile on Etsy, so he has hands-on experience on the problems that artists occur while managing their profiles. So, based on the fact that from our research, that we saw that this is a problem, and that also it's an underserved market, I would like to ride the flow and ask you, should we give it a go or no?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow, that was a great job. You really, really did a good job, I think. In a presentation, it's always, I like it when people answer the questions as I think of them. And I thought you did a really good job. And, first thing you said, increase sales and manage profiles for artists. So I knew exactly what you were going to talk about. My next question is how and why. And you said, we talked to people. Okay, that gives me confidence because you've actually done some research. You showed the research. You have the example of the person. That was really good. And then your market presentation was a good application of the stuff that we've been trying to help you learn. And so I'm not convinced that those are the right numbers, but you tried and you went through. This is the total number. You focused your idea around one vertical, and that's a great way to start. And you had a rationale for it. So you explained why. So I really liked all of that a lot. I was a little, the pricing model and some of the other stuff, that probably needs further research. You probably need a little bit, I mean, just going after Etsy's list, that may not be the best way to get to your customers. You know, my youngest daughter is in Los Angeles, and she's actually done a lot of modeling, and she meets lots of fashion designers, and she's actually been a fit model. And a lot of these people aren't registered anywhere. And so you gotta find out how to reach them, because there's a whole population of people that aren't on Etsy. So your total market size is probably underestimated. Fashion design schools, so there's some other things I think you can do there. But I really think you did a great job of applying most of the concepts that we've been trying to hit home. So I liked it.
I thought it was fantastic. A lot of the same, questions and issues that Candy had. I would probably, I would want to know a little bit more about the competitors and your differentiation to them, right? So that's something I would focus on for next week, is really get into those competitors and focus. That's the only criticism I would have. But, very natural presentation, answered all the anticipated questions. The slides were wonderful. They were simple, they made the point. And the other thing I took away from this is, remember when I stood up here and I said I hate business plans and why I hate them, right? Because people don't put a lot of thought into them, they write them over the weekend, but this process of feasibility analysis, I said it will make you an expert in your field of interest. You guys came across as experts. You really came across as having researched this for 3 months, really understanding it. The other thing that you did, a subtle thing that was really fantastic, is you got in, you defined the problem and all of that up front. You talked about how you went and talked to people and what work still needed to be done. So very honest in that approach, I like that. But the thing you did at the end that was very subtle was you mentioned that, this isn't something we just dreamt up. His girlfriend is doing this and she deals with this problem every day. That was a great way to close, because you brought it all the way back to the beginning as to why you were doing this to begin with, and you rooted it in a real world situation. So that I thought that was fantastic. Really, congratulations, this is good work.